Welcome, everyone, to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. And do we have a very large news topic for you tonight? The Guinness World Records largest arcade machine has been supplanted with the new Tetris machine. I didn't even realize they had a topic for this. So largest arcade machine. So let's kind of talk about this. Was like a creation with Mad Labs and another group to basically create this monstrosity that is 4.9 meters high and 1.98 meters wide with a depth of 1.11 meters. And so they basically just give you a little comparison. The average arcade machine measures between 1.7 and 2 meters in height. So very large Tetris game. So it's insanely large. Some of the pictures from this are out there. It's massive. So basically you have to pay like €5 for one coin to play this game, and you get one life for one coin. Seems, I guess you can play quite a while on Tetris till you get to some of the harder levels, right? These guys seem to make quite a bit of other stuff, but like I said, it was in collaborations with another group called MYL Ideas. And it basically at the Mad Lab Center situated in Spanish Latour Outlet Shopping Center. And to play it, you also get a giant coin. So that €5 gets you a giant coin to go put in the machine. So, and you actually have to walk up a set of stairs to a platform to get to the screen. So from what I understand and what I read, this is a custom development of the game, because to be able to be displayed on this large of a screen, the original code couldn't be used. So they basically had to create it. But the rules of Tetris are pretty simple and straightforward. So, it's the same concept as playing the original one. You just get to walk up a set of stairs and play on a much larger screen. It's supplanted. I was trying to find out who it supplanted. It broke the record that previously achieved by Jason Chambers in Illinois back in 2015. I was trying to find what game that he had built, and I didn't have any luck. Maybe one of you guys would have some luck on finding who it supplanted. But kind of a fun little unique article about things in the Guinness World Records holders. Now these guys get to claim they have it, and they can make some money off of it, right? €5 for one play. I don't know how expensive games are, arcades over there in over there, but that sounds damn pricey to me. Nick, what do you think?
Well, I mean, that's almost $5 US. I think it was €5 was $4.87. So almost $5. Let's say it's $5, right? We'll just say we'll round it up and say it's $5 to play. Do we need something like this? No. Would I pay $5 to play it? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I would probably play it more than once, more than likely. So it's large and in charge. It's humongous. The cabinet, really. I mean, the screen's large. It's not too large. The screen almost looks like the size of like a 65 inch or something like that on the screen height and width. It almost looks like a 65-inch screen. Maybe a little larger than that, because one of the pictures has a different perspective, so it looks like almost as tall as the guy is, but I mean, it's from his middle of his body and up. But looking at this lady play it, she's really short or that screen's really tall. So I don't think they have the dimensions on how big the screen was, did they? No, they didn't have that. So it does look like, now that I'm looking at this other picture, it does look like a pretty big screen. But yeah, that's cool. I mean, I didn't know that the Guinness World Records had this type of category, but they have all sorts of weird categories, so it doesn't surprise me that they would have something like largest arcade machine and stuff like that. But that's pretty awesome. And then did you say where you could play this? I mean, this is over in Europe somewhere. I assume, since it's.
Yeah, they had mentioned that it was in their
the Spanish Tour outlet.
Zaragoza, Spain.
Yeah, so there you go.
That's in Spain. Okay, so you got to go to Spain to play it. So, hey, if you're in Spain and,
So-
check it out, send us some pictures of it if you play it or check it out there. But this is pretty cool. I mean, they also mentioned they had a Pac-Man one. So there was the largest Pac-Man arcade machine. Machine was launched by Bandai Namco in Raw Thrills in 2016, and it was the world's largest Pac-Man. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I would like to play the world's largest Pac-Man as well. Just set it up next to Tetris. What other games can we get on this giant arcade? Because I would like a whole slew of different games on here that I could just play all day. But it looks like, I mean, you only have so many games because the controller is just a joystick with 4 buttons. So, you kind of, and the 4 buttons are set up in a diamond shape. So that's kind of odd. It almost looks like Simon Says or something. You could probably play that on there.
I would imagine like the 4 buttons are, left, right, up to change. Like, well, no, they got the joystick on there. So I wonder if you can use the joystick or that. And then the down arrow, like force it down, or the up arrow
force
to change
it down.
the rotation. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, but you could play other games on there. You could put like Galaga on there, or, Centipede or something like that. Some old retro
Golden
games.
Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Then it'd be the largest Pac-Man game. So that's my that's my thing. What are they considering a arcade machine? Because that could just be just a giant ass TV with a box around it, with an Xbox in the middle of it. I mean, or is it actually gutted, designed to be an arcade machine? I mean, is it boarded like an arcade machine and all that stuff?
I would imagine the circuitry inside is set up like an arcade with you have the game board and all the circuitry with all the buttons set up, just like a regular arcade, but it's supersized.
Well, and the cabinet is like an arcade cabinet. If you look at the pictures, it's an arcade cabinet.
Yes.
With a coin slot and all that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, so the coin slot, I imagine, would do some sort of register. But, I mean, and if that's the case, I could take my little 1-up arcade, hook it to my big screen, and turn it into a large arcade. I mean, would you call that a arcade machine if I built a box for it?
No, because it's lacking the controls. It's lacking the actual arcade components. Because the controls are also supersized in here. If you look at that joystick, that chick is like this, and the button's bigger than her hand. So, I mean, it looks like it's supersized. And I did find the other guy that had previously held the record, Jason Cambaris. He had his machine took nearly 2 years to build and had over 200 games in it. And it has a trackball in it that's bigger than his hand and stuff. And the joystick is like as big as like my forearm, but it had like over 200 games in it, including like a Pac-Man and some other stuff like
with
that.
With a trackball, he had Golden Tee on there.
Yeah. Like in his screenshot, he's sitting at like one of the bar stools with his feet off the ground. He can barely reach the top of his cabinet to grab the joystick,
Can you imagine playing Duck Hunt or something like that on there? Your gun is the size of a tank. That'd be kind of fun.
Get revenge on that dog finally.
Damn you, dog. Yeah, it's fun to see that people are still doing things like this. You can go to places like, I think Dave & Buster's has a giant Pac-Man machine where, the stick, the top of the stick's got a ball in it like that. The buttons are big and stuff like that. I love that there's people that still try to keep the arcades alive, the arcade love that people have, even if they have to get silly with them and design them to be, played off an aircraft carrier so you can reach a damn thing or something. But I'd like to see like a place just designed full of these giant arcade machines, and that's how people walk around and have to climb up ladders and crap to go play. That'd be hilarious.
I would do it just to say I got to do it and get my picture taken with it.
And I want that coin that they use. I mean, that's a big ass.
Pay €5 just for the coin to take it home.
Yeah,
I'd probably do it too.
Yeah, I need 2 coins, one for it, one for me.
Right. I would do the same thing. And, this just brings back like the thought of especially in the US, arcade arcades in general, right? I mean, it's a dying breed out there anymore, and that's one thing I miss. I mean, we have a place here that has classic arcades, which is awesome, and then we have what is it, Incredible Pizza, that has really just more like play, not very good
skee
games.
ball and crap like
skee
that.
Ball, yeah.
The ticket based games.
Yeah, they have a few non-ticket based games, but they're back in the back, where the janitor's closet's at. So
where he keeps his piece dust.
Right. I mean, I understand why they're not, why arcades aren't around anymore. There's just not, they just don't make money. But it would be awesome to see an arcade, because they still build arcades, right? Bandai Namco and all those companies out there, Sammy and all those, they still build arcade machines, even newer ones. Like what I think Time Crisis 5 was the newest arcade cabinet that had come out, and that was like a couple years ago or so, right? So, I mean, they still build arcades. It's just they don't come here in the U.S. So seeing something like this just makes me really nostalgic for that stuff.
Yeah, it makes me wonder where they're putting them though, because a couple of the big ones in Japan, they closed down last year. Granted, COVID and everything, but I mean, I can't remember the last time I heard of a new arcade coming up anywhere around here. So,
only time one ever comes up is when they do a barcade, right?
Yes, exactly. Like Dave and Buster's, probably the longest lasting one you could find.
I wish we had one of those here.
I do too. I might swing by the one next week when I'm in St. Louis. But we need more arcades. We need more people to do stupid, crazy stuff like this and make giant coins for giant machines.
Yeah, it'd be fun. I definitely do miss the arcade. It was always a fun thing. Like when I was a kid, my dad would take me, or my mom would go somewhere and drop me off at the arcade all day with a wad of cash or a bunch of rolls of quarters, and the arcade was my babysitter for half a day or something, or things like that. And I'd get food money and arcade money, right? You eat and you play on the arcade, and sometimes you forgo eating so you can play more. I was going to say. It's like, I'll just do a candy bar and a soda, and that'll hold me over so I could get more game time out of this, get some more game time on Golden Axe or something like that, but the 1984 arcade place that we have here is cool and all, but it is what it is. I would much rather try to play some of this newer stuff that you don't get here at like a retro one, but it's cool. It's a cool thing. The younger kids, at least mine, doesn't seem to appreciate that stuff as much. She'd much rather play the newer stuff. So, which I can't blame her. I'm kind of in that boat too.
Yeah, your daughter definitely gets that from you. My son will play the crap out of any game. He is not biased. I mean, he just doesn't care as long as it's fun. Nick, your boy, he liked 1984. I can't remember.
Yeah, he liked it all right. He wasn't as into it. I don't think he was into it as Briar was. Charlie Circus was her favorite, man. She played the crap out of Charlie Circus. Just kept wanting to play it over and over again.
Yeah, we need more arcades. Damn it.
That we do. I just don't know. It's a dying thing. Like I said, the closest thing we get to here is these barcades that pop up, but they don't last long because you're never going to keep nice equipment around with a bunch of drunks playing video games. That's typically what happens. They're rough with it. They don't care about it, and drinks get spilled on it. People hit it, beat on it. Not a great environment. It's nostalgia, right? I still would like to go do this, but I guess I'm not making a special trip to Spain just to do it. So I wish we had one here. But that one guy is in Illinois that had that one record holder before. I wonder if his arcade is here in the States somewhere. I have to go check that out. He has an advertisement logo on his arcade machine. So I wonder if that's like his arcade or just something he does for fun.
Now, Nick, you got family in Illinois, so you know what I'm thinking. We go to Spain and forget Illinois.
Yeah, we go to Spain.
What'd you go to Spain for? Just to try out the world's largest arcade game? Tetris.
Sure. Worth it.
We'd be like, oh, yeah, we were there for a day.
Yep. I dropped one coin in and left.
And I brought one coin home with me. Yeah, it would be fun, and I wish we'd have more arcades here. But yeah, I would assume, Shane, those arcades that are closing down in Japan, stuff like that, they're just auctioning off or liquidating all those arcade games for, whatever they can to get money to recoup their lost revenue or pay off their debtors, So you pay off whoever their creditors are and things like that.
I'm going to go buy me a lotto ticket, and I'm going to win, and I'm going to buy all the arcade machines and put them in my house.
You won't have a house left to walk through if you can afford all those.
I'll have to move the wife and kids out, so I got more space.
Be creating a cement pad over that pool for all your arcade games. Cool.
I get rid of that pool anyways.
We'll turn it into an underground bunker for arcade games.
Oh yeah, Cheech and Chong, Nice Dreams. Look that up. Now that's how you set up a pool.
All right, you guys got anything else on this one? Are you guys gonna make the next world's largest arcade game?
I'm working on it right now.
Yeah, it's Nick's bucket list, lifelong goal right there.
Yep,
it's gonna be bigger than his house.
Yeah, world's largest Miss Pac-Man machine.
Miss Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man.
He's gonna create the world's largest tabletop Pac-Man. It's like right. You're sitting on the roof of a house playing it, with your neighbor.
Oh, and the best part is you have to use one of those track pad things like they use in VR. That's how you run Pac-Man around.
He'll be passed out before he makes it to the other side of the map. So that if you got to use the trackpad, what happens when you get eaten by the ghost? Then you fall off the roof.
Yeah, you fall off the trackpad.
Catapult you off the damn machine.
The barrier that's around your body just like just breaks apart, and then you just run right off of it. And then the pack pellets and stuff are actual foods on string that come around when you have to eat them.
He's gonna make a real life size.
It's a real life one. Yep.
All right. Well, let us know what you guys think about this new world record holder of largest arcade game out there. I didn't even know that Guinness World Records tracked anything like this, but they track a whole lot of stuff that I never even knew they tracked. I remember when I was younger getting those books going, wow, and thinking there can't get anything more wild than there would just be another wild thing around the corner in those books. So now we just get to use the internet testimonials and internet site, but I don't check it out as often as I used to. So let us know what you think down there. Are you going to go to Spain and try out that, or have you gone to Spain and tried that out? Do you live there? Maybe that's what you got. You got to live there and maybe get to try that out. So let us know what you think. And if you haven't liked this video yet or subscribed to our channel, please help us out and just do that now. Do that now while we're doing the exit portion of this show. And we hope you enjoyed this episode, and we hope to catch you in the next one.
See ya.